Cherish this moment, hit like and subscribe for more.
Have you ever pondered the links between your hometown and a city halfway across the globe? You see, geography isn't just about pinning locations on a map. It's a fascinating web of interconnectedness, linking places and people in ways you might never have imagined. It's about how your morning coffee is tied to a farmer in Ethiopia, or how a storm in the Pacific can affect your weekend plans. To understand this, we turn to the first law of geography. The first law of geography, coined by geographer Waldo Tobler, states, "Everything is related to everything else, but near things are more related than distant things." To break it down, this law suggests that everything in our world is interconnected, yet the degree of connection varies based on proximity. Let's consider a quaint little town nestled by a river. The river is a lifeline for the town, providing water for crops, fish for food, and a route for transportation. Now, compare this to a distant mountain range, miles away from the town. The mountains may seem irrelevant to the town's daily life, yet they too play a role. They influence the town's weather patterns, and the rivers originating from the mountains might feed into the very river the town relies on. This law is like a reminder that our world is not just a random collection of places, but a complex web of interconnected locations. It's the key to understanding patterns and phenomena in geography. For example, why are some areas more densely populated than others? The answer often lies in the surrounding environment. Areas with ample resources such as water, fertile soil, and a favorable climate are more likely to attract and sustain larger populations. Or consider the spread of diseases, a topic that has become all too relevant in recent years. The first law of geography helps us understand that a disease outbreak in one area can quickly affect nearby regions, and eventually, given the right conditions, spread across the globe. So whether we're talking about population distribution, disease spread, economic development, or climate patterns, the first law of geography is instrumental in making sense of these phenomena. It helps us see beyond the where and delve into the how and why. Thus, the first law of geography brings forth the interconnectedness between places near and far. It reminds us that geography isn't just about locating places on a map, but about understanding the intricate relationships that shape our world. Now that we grasp the first law of geography, it's time to delve into its implications. This law, stating that everything is related to everything else, but near things are more related than distant things, is a fundamental principle that influences many disciplines. Let's start with urban planning. The arrangement of streets, buildings, and public spaces isn't random. It's influenced by the geographical characteristics of the area, as well as the proximity of various elements to each other. For example, a park might be placed near a residential area to provide open space for the inhabitants, illustrating the interconnection of urban elements. Next, let's consider environmental studies. The first law of geography allows us to predict patterns of climate change by examining the relationships between different climatic elements. For instance, the proximity of a body of water might influence the local climate, affecting temperature and humidity levels. Even in social sciences, this law has profound implications. It helps us understand how cultures evolve and interact, as people in close proximity are more likely to influence each other's habits, beliefs, and traditions. It can also shed light on population distribution patterns, as people tend to cluster in areas with certain geographical advantages such as fertile soil or access to water sources. So, you see, the first law of geography isn't just about where things are, but how they relate and interact. The first law of geography is a powerful tool bridging the gap between the physical world and our understanding of it. So the next time you look at a map, remember, it's not just about where places are. Geography, in its essence, is about connections. It's about how the tropical rainforests of South America affect the air quality in North America. It's about how a volcanic eruption in Indonesia can impact the global climate. The first law of geography, with its emphasis on everything is related to everything else, but near things are more related than distant things, invites us to view the world as a vast, interconnected system. Each place, each region, each geographical feature is part of a larger whole. They all interact, influence, and are influenced by each other in myriad ways. This perspective shifts our understanding of geography from a static map to a dynamic network, where every point is linked to every other point, creating a fascinating web of relationships. The world is a web of relationships, waiting for us to explore and understand. That's the beauty of geography.